All right. Well, we came here to have a nice conversation about how we can make life better for the elderly. So we're going to do that as much as we can. Although I think it's important for people to know the truth and know the facts. With regard to the tax rate, 2 out of the last 3 years, the rate itself has increased. So it's not just a question of property tax values. And it's okay to say that if property values go up, I'd be glad to cut taxes. It's said that's happened in the last 3 years, and we've increased the tax rate. So you can check the record on that. We'll have to argue about that. I have a sworn affidavit outside my car from the CFO of the City of Irving that says we have $350 million in debt. So I'm a little bit confused about that. Maybe I'm interpreting something wrong. It is a fact that we reduced spending by $15 million, and that trend has been reversed since we've been gone, and now spending has been increased $15 million. But I'm not running because of that. I mean, I understand that the City Council does what they have to do. Occasionally you have to increase the tax rate. It's all about the tax base and what happens. You know, we always have increasing expenditures. We make tough decisions, we manage those, and we should be honest about them. You know, I've heard here tonight about leadership, about the ethics policy. Well, you know, nothing gets done by any leader without teamwork. And with leadership and teamwork over 6 years, we accomplished a lot for the community of Irving. We opened the Irving Health Clinic, the Irving Animal Care Dog Campus, the West Irving Net Zero Library, the Irving Convention Center, the Irving Veterans Memorial Park. You just go on and on. We paid $7 million to implode Texas Stadium. You can go on and on and on with the Dark Line, the highway construction, everything we got accomplished. And it all got done because we were moving forward constantly with leadership and teamwork. And quite frankly, that's not what I've seen over the last 3 years. And I'll tell you one thing, if you want an ethics policy passed, leadership and teamwork is going to get that done. Not grandstanding and being outspoken. You can be an outspoken person, but that doesn't make you an accomplished leader, it just makes you an outspoken person. So if we're going to get down to that, you know, we can make comparisons about results all day long, but really this election is not about that. You know, this election is about what we're going to do in the future. And I know we can accomplish great projects. We've done it. I know we'll have tough issues. We've faced those before. And when we set our minds to getting something done, we'll do it. And I think we have the opportunity right now with the improving economic conditions that we have to take this step to make life better for a very core piece of what makes up our community. And so my intention of being involved in this campaign is to continue to talk about that, and something will happen. I've already heard council members talking about proposals of how they can increase the tax exemption for seniors, triple it, double it, make life better for them. Fine. We heard Councilman Webb talking about more transportation services for seniors. We need that. We need to increase our housing rehabilitation program for seniors. Why not do that? Okay, these things come at a minimal cost, and we have the funding available to do it, and a 2% cut on the budget is something that can be done in our sleep. We've already proven that we can accomplish 3 times that whenever we're forced to. So it's our choice, you know, of what we want to do. And I didn't want to be up here asking you to do this. I wanted you to be able to vote on it. So I went through a very onerous process gathering signatures in the snow and the rain. Maybe some of you here stopped in the snow to take 2 minutes to sign it. But I'll tell you, we're going to get this done regardless of what happens in this election. We still have a pending item. The court did not respond to the arguments that the city made, other than the fact that the city said that they haven't failed to do what they're supposed to because they could have a November election. And they're right. So we'll see if that happens. So again, we're going to continue to press on that issue, and we will get that done. And it's for the betterment of our community. Now, you know, I've heard some things talked here tonight about transparency and education and things like that. Okay, you know, you got to be careful with the, you know, I call it a politically rhetorical buzzword, okay, transparency. Because there's a lot of things that you don't even know about what's happening in your city when the people that are doing them are claiming that they champion transparency. For example, you know, we talk about not adding on any more debt. Well, we added on about $28 million worth of debt because we didn't want to get sued by the McDougal companies, by the way. And that's on the sewer bill. Did you know that? That we sold water sewer bonds to do that? To pay for that. Nobody knows that. Why did that happen? Nobody knows. What was the deal? Nobody knows. It was all done in the back room. Fine. We've taken on $28 million in debt so that a developer can build $500,000-$600,000 homes, 900 of them, out underneath the runway at the airport. So the city just took on $28 million worth of general fund debt that's going to that developer for that project. And they committed all the tax benefit and revenue from that project to also go back to the developer. So it's not going to benefit the city in any way at all to have $900,000, $600,000 homes, which I can't afford, most people I know can't afford, certainly seniors can't afford, up there demanding the services that those type of projects demand and getting no revenue for the city. You know, the entertainment project, different project than what we had. Very different, very different. I support the project. I hope that they were tough votes. I know that the mayor fought that project, but then all of a sudden transformed and said it was a game changer in the urban center. And now is voting for the project. In fact, the most important votes were the most recent votes, which you don't know, I didn't know, because nobody said anything about it, was that the last council vote for that project up in Las Colinas created the world's largest bar, built by the city on city-owned land that will have venues that are allowed to sell 100% alcohol. Did anybody know that? And you know what else? It's being funded. We talk about education. Okay, I wonder how Bill Gates would feel, or how you feel, to find out that we are taking $30 million of school tax money. You know, seniors, the biggest complaint I hear from seniors, they don't like paying school taxes. They haven't had a grandchild in the school district forever. I hear it over and over and over and over and over. Well, $30 million of Irving ISD school taxes are going to pay to build the world's largest bar in Irving. Is that completely unimaginable? It is. Obviously, it had to be a tough decision. And I'm not going to criticize the people who had to make it, because I don't know whether I would have made the same decision or not. I probably would have. But I would have been honest with you and let the people know that these are the types of things that are going on. So there's a whole lot of misinformation that gets out in the public because we don't really have the time to educate people. We know all that. We've served as an elected official for 12 years. This is my 9th election. I'm 4-4. So we've been through this. And what works best that I've found for the city that I love and have lived in for 31 years is when the elected officials, or those who want to be, get up there and tell you what they're going to do. And I'm going to tell you what we're going to do. We're going to implement leadership and teamwork. We're going to re-implement leadership and teamwork. Yeah, we're going to look after and keep taxes low. You know, we promised to reverse the rise in crime rates, and we did. And now for 9 years, we've had reducing crime rates. Every year we set a new record. So we get done what we say we're going to get done. And what we're going to get done is make life better for the elderly. We're going to start by eliminating their taxes, and we're going to increase transportation services. We're going to increase the rehabilitation programs. We're going to get behind the senior arts program that Kitty Baker supported. There's a lot of ways that when we put our mind to it, and you know that we all grow up knowing to respect our elders. And I'll just finish with one thing. There's one good reason why we should all be grateful to have elders. And you know what that is? If you don't, then you're the oldest. So we always have to respect our elders. And lastly, since we're here in South Irving, I've always said that South Irving is, always has been, always will be, the fastest growing part of Irving. And you know why? Because they keep moving the line up. Now I live in South Irving. I live south of Northgate. So that's a phenomenon that we should all be familiar with. I appreciate your support, and we'll talk some more about seniors in the future. Thank you.